Three heads are better than one, so today we're printing a Chimera. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Tim. This is Heroes and Whiskey. We are printing our way through the D&D 5e Monster Manual. If you're new to the channel and are trying to figure out what we're doing, there is a link to the intro video down in the description, so definitely check that out. Last time we printed one classic monster, the Centaur, and today we are printing another classic creature, the Chimera. And so let's head on over to my mini factory and see what chimeras they have to offer. So there's this one from Reiko Vendetta, Chimera of Destruction. Sounds. There's little skulls down here. I really like that. I do like this model. It's $22, and there's no other pictures of it, so it's hard to know what it looks like from the side or exactly what the pose is, but I do really like the details of the dragon versus the goat versus the lion. These are great facial poses. Here's one from Duncan Shadow. This is a little bit more of a hero style with the exaggerated proportions. You can kind of tell. I always look at the arms, is that what they are? The hands of the wings, and the chunkier they are, the more of a hero style it is, but I do like this. And also just clear distinction between the goat and the dragon and the lion. Here's one. This is the butt end of a Chimera from Collective Studio. I really like this pose. All of the heads look angry. The pose seems to be super sharp. Yeah, it's like running downhill. So I really like that. Yeah, this is a really cool one. Loot has a Chimera, but it's a very interesting pose. This is not, I guess I think of chimeras as having, more of the lion body and the lion pose, and so this isn't like that. But if you want something that's a little more threatening in this kind of pose, there's definitely this one from Loot. Of all of them, the one that jumped out to me most was this one from Mini Monster Mayhem. So they offer, it's $9, which is a great deal, and they offer a couple of different varieties. So you can pick the tail you want. There's a scorpion tail, a regular tail, a snake tail. There's an option for printing it both with wings, and you can see here without wings, and so you can kind of customize the Chimera to your liking. So I think this one is the one I'm going to go with. I'm going to download it and print it, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so the Chimera is done. It is big. This is definitely a big model. In terms of the printing, there were no issues. It comes in several different pieces. The base is a piece, the body's a piece, the tail is a piece, each of the wings is a piece, and so it takes a bit of time to print through the whole thing. I also want to give them credit for doing something a bit different with the wings and how they glue together. Sometimes the wings glue here at the shoulders, and so it creates just a lot of torque that makes it really hard to glue together. But these are actually connected up here a little further along the wing, and so there's a little less of that kind of sensitivity when you're gluing everything together. I will say the base is a little tall, and when I printed it out, it warped a bit at the bottom, and so it makes the whole thing a little bit unstable. But let's drop this on the turntable and take a closer look. So this guy has what I would consider to be the perfect wing pose, where the wings and the fingers, is that what they have been extended for maximum threat. I love that each of the heads has its own style and personality. I love that they're all angry. There's scales on the dragon. There's bony ridges on the goat's horns. I like the little ridge on the tail. So you set this guy on the table, and your party is definitely going to need a minute to come up with a plan. And this thing is huge, and with the wings, it is definitely the biggest miniature, I'm using air quotes that you can't see, that we've done so far. And so when you see it up against our 6-foot figure, I think it may actually be a little bit oversized. I think chimeras are only supposed to be about 5 to 6 feet at the shoulder, and this guy is definitely bigger than that. I also think the base could be about an inch shorter and just a little more stable. With the wings, the balance is already a bit tricky, and when the printing warped the bottom of the base, it's a little precarious setting it down. So in terms of resources, it was only $9, which I think is a great deal for a model of this size and this level of detail. Did use a bunch of resin, and it took us 17 hours to print out everything. And this is true. Anytime you get a monster with wings, it's going to take a while because the wings will be a separate print. So we are up to $166 total, and now we are well over the 3-day mark in terms of printing. We are at 3.5 days. So the Chimera from Mini Monster Mayhem, this is really a great model. Not just a model that you would play in a game, but also like a good statue that you could just put on a shelf. And if you're good at painting, which I am not, you could definitely paint it up and it would look fantastic. The wings feel right. The faces feel right. It's a great aggressive pose and a really dynamic figure overall. So kudos to the team at Mini Monster Mayhem. This is a great figure. Next up, we're printing the Chul.